When using APA format for a paper or project, you'll be required to cite the original sources of any outside information you include. This is to give credit to the original authors and to avoid plagiarism. In this video, we'll discuss how to write citations for online media, that is to say web pages, websites, social media, and open educational resources, also known as OERs. The format for citing web pages and websites is as follows. Begin with the author's last name, a comma, and then the author's first and middle name initials, with each initial being followed by a period. Next is the date, enclosed in parentheses, or N period D period if there is no date. The end parentheses is followed by a period. Next is the italicized title of the work, followed by a period. After that is the website name, followed by a period. The last piece of information needed is the URL with no period at the end. You only need to include a retrieval date if the web page is designed to change over time but is not archived, for example, an online dictionary or a Twitter profile, so the majority of references do not need a retrieval date. Here's an example of a website with a group author with the necessary data for citation. And here's how the correct citation for that resource would look. For OERs, you use the same format as you saw for web pages and websites. However, please note that you can only create a reference if the materials on the website can be directly downloaded into PDFs or other file types. If the OER sends you to another website, then you create a reference for that website where you're sent to retrieve the materials. You need to create an OER reference for OER repositories such as OER Commons, Oasis, or Merlot. Here's an example of an OER with necessary data for citation. And here's how the correct citation for that resource would look. The format for citing social media is as follows. Begin with the author's name or group name. If there's an author, begin with the author's last name, a comma, and then the author's first and middle name initials, with each initial being followed by a period. Make a space, then include the username in square brackets and follow that with a period. If the post is by a group, then begin with the group name, then a space, then the username in square brackets, followed by a period. Next is the date, enclosed in a parentheses, or N period D period if there is no date. The end parentheses is followed by a period. Next is the social media site name, followed by a period. Then the italicized contents of the post up to the first 20 words, followed by a period. The last piece of information needed is the URL with no period at the end. Here's an example of a citation for a Twitter profile. You can always contact the library for further help. Call us at 614-287-2460, email us at refdesk@cscc.edu, or do a live chat with us from library.cscc.edu/home.